Brothers / Warner Media came to play. Now, yesterday, some major news broke that I feel like shattered the internet, and everybody who is basically into movies has been missing going to the movie theater and having that full-blown movie watching experience, but now you sort of can, but at home. And it was announced that HBO Max was going to be releasing at least 16 of Warner Brothers' major tentpole films, big and small, even names that I feel like I hadn't even heard of. I think this is just crazy news because, first off, when I found out that Wonder Woman 1984 was going to be released on Christmas Day on the streaming service, as well as being in theaters where available, and if you're able to see it safely at the movie theater, you could watch that movie on the big screen, but also in the comfort of your own home. And so, when that movie basically started, now this new trend of movies to be released instead of either being delayed further, I mean, the world has gone crazy and so uncertain at this point for what, was supposed to be going on in regards to, where are we going to see these movies and when? And now we have our answer. I cannot believe how all these movies that, I had actually been anticipating seeing, so having them be released on HBO Max, I mean, it'll be quite the change to seeing them in the movie theater. Now, there are at least 3 movies that I want to see on the big screen, and besides Wonder Woman 1984, and that is Dune, Godzilla vs. Kong, and The Suicide Squad, but also The Matrix 4. I mean, when the HBO Max YouTube channel released a trailer for all the releases, I was just like, oh my god, it's happening! This is like really crazy. But then they sort of, highlight films and releases subject to change. I really hope not, because I can't wait anymore to see some of these movies, and a lot of people might actually be, prone to seeing movies online or on their several streaming service subscriptions anyway. And HBO Max is actually the most expensive streaming services of all the others that we're probably most familiar with a cost of $14.99, and that's even higher than Netflix and even Disney Plus. And Disney Plus had, all of these movies that they were planning on releasing in the theater, and now they released it on their streaming service. But now Warner Brothers has probably been taking cues from them and now is doing the same, but with just so many. I mean, it's so crazy. I mean, you gotta make money somehow in some way, so this was probably their best option. Now, is it going to deter a lot of people from seeing them in the theaters altogether? Because theaters also need to make money, and it is actually unfortunate. I found out that one of my friends whose family owned a theater in their hometown ended up going out of business. So it kind of sucks that, some theaters, whether big or small, are either going bankrupt, they're losing money, every single day. And, the studios have to make the best decision possible for the products they want to have, come out. It's still kind of stressful to think, where would we be if movie theaters didn't exist, if we had no way of properly watching them the way they were meant to be seen? Because I know a lot of these movies, I feel like I don't mind watching them on a small screen versus the big screen, but I definitely want to make sure I see it in the biggest screen possible, once again, as long as it's safe. I hope that these movies are still going to end up making at least some money, whether or not, people are getting, these subscriptions to HBO Max and paying to see the movies. Hopefully there are enough people out there who are willing to pay this price, because as of right now, HBO Max is only available in the United States, and I forgot, like, there is another place too where it's also available, but everywhere else in the world it is not available. So that might actually hurt, you know, internationally, because we all know that regular, you know, box office at the movie theaters, we rely on international, you know, numbers to, you know, make the, you know, difference with the success of a movie. And so hopefully, you know, that all gets taken care of, at least by the time these movies are planned to be released, and hopefully they all keep their release dates and everything's going to be squared away. When I saw all of the titles besides the ones that I already mentioned, so besides Wonder Woman 1984, we've got Dune, we've got In the Heights, The Suicide Squad, Judas and the Black Messiah, Tom and Jerry, Godzilla vs. Kong, The Many Saints of Newark, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, Malignant, Those Who Wish Me Dead. I don't know what those two movies are going to be about. And King Richard, Space Jam: A New Legacy, The Little Things, Mortal Kombat, and The Matrix 4. So that is quite a lot of movies to choose from, and I am definitely excited to see the ones that were meant to be seen in the movie theater, at least the ones that are going to make a difference if they are released in the theaters. Yeah, so this is just all very insane and up in the air at this point, at how, you know, all these movies, how each one individually is going to be successful, and we'll see how this does for the streaming service itself, and if this is going to draw people in and keep their subscriptions. Otherwise they're probably just going to cancel it afterwards. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I definitely have a lot more movies and original content that I'm looking forward to seeing come to HBO Max. So we'll see how this all does in the grand scheme of things, and I know that a lot of us aren't really going anywhere except, you know, planting ourselves on a couch and watching all of these pretty awesome movies. So I definitely can't wait to see how this all is going to turn out in the end. So let me know in the comments what you guys think of this major HBO Max news and all these movies that are going to be released on the streaming service. I mean, Warner Brothers, you are crazy, but you can't deny that this is probably one of the craziest moves from a big movie studio ever, I feel like, in the history of movies. So definitely let me know which movies you're looking forward to seeing, and if you are still going to end up watching them in the theaters as well as on HBO Max. So let me know, and as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates, come back every week for a Trial Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later.